No, I understand that, but what was the call? You said unsportsmanlike. Why did we both go to the box? And then you said I have no right. No, you have no right. No, I didn't say. No, I'm not saying that. I said seriously. Shut up. You have no right. I'm not an official. I can tell you the exact section. It's in the Google. Two bodies, bang. I went down with your body. I said, right, you call both. You said, I got it in my jump on the headset. Yeah. Okay. Buddy? Are you ready? You're going. Okay, so Mike, this is Noah. Shoot me a message. That's going to be a new guy. We'll see. He doesn't talk. Put the damn headphones on.
And welcome back once again, ball hockey fans. We are at the Ball Hockey International Spring Teaser Tournament here, and our next game on the docket comes in the Adult Intermediate League. The Somersby team, they are in the red and white jerseys. They will run right to left here in the opening period, and then in the orange and white is the Throwbacks team. Matthew Carrick and our JVI Sports Network crew call this one for you, as we have been all day. This is our middle game of a quintuple header, 5 straight, as the games will continue all day. This is our afternoon coverage. And it's been some great action so far. We saw the Roadrunners win earlier on a goal in the final 12 seconds of the game. And most recently, the North End Eagles victorious over the Best Men. 1 minute into this game as Throwbacks play in behind their own net. Steve Gaskin, he'll head up there on the near side. Zach Toogood, John Garrett, as it gets back in front. Return for Steve Gaskin again. Gaskin gets it up. My partner for the first 2 games, Chad Asseltine, getting in the way of that one. Kenzie McQueen, he'll play it over for Jeff Capaldi. And Capaldi out for Tyler Robishaw. Robishaw, Eric Tardif. Both of those guys will wear number 88. It is Robishaw in the Patrick Kane Blackhawks jersey. He comes up outside. Jeff Capaldi returns it back Bearing in on Brad Reel, who will get the call to start here for the Throwbacks. Capaldi again. This time the pass intercepted by the Throwbacks. John Garrett chases it down into the corner. And Capaldi in on him. Jake Arsenault couldn't hang on. So it goes up the far side. Jay Capaldi, the other Capaldi on this team, sliding to the right. Brad Reel. He's there, makes the save. Jeff Capaldi chased this one down. As Capaldi over to the far side for Steve Doan. Again, an interception here by the Throwbacks as they work out over the blue line. Dragging the foot there, Chris Horley, his shot just over top of the net. Bram Leggett getting the start here for Sotheby's. Into the corner they go again. Chris Horley bears down on the Somersby goaltender. And Horley again gets around Doan this time. Couple players out in front of the net. They try to return it there, but it's Jake Capaldi. Gets his stick on it, now lifts it over the defense. In along the boards for Jeff Capaldi. Chasing it down here, Bill Rhino. Rhino gets tangled up with Jay Capaldi, so that allows a breakout here for the Throwbacks in front. Looking for it, Zach Toogood. Unsure where it was. But Greg Kishimoto has to chase it down. Far side, batted back by Jeff Jones. The outside shot, Mackenzie McQueen. Number of outside shot goals. As the ball returns back to the red line again. McQueen, he gets it over for Tim Summerfield. His shot from the outside, a save there by Brad Reel. In our first stoppage, 4 minutes, 13 seconds without one in the opening period here. Face-off comes outside the zone. And looks like controlled by the Throwbacks. Nice job rushing in there, Pete Kapchich. Gets it in for Kishimoto. Kishimoto in the corner. All the way up top, Chad Asseltine with the shot. It was just to the right of Brad Reel. He got the stick on it, and then just offside, it looks like. Coming in behind the play, Tyler Rabishaw. So again, the face-off outside the zone. Rabishaw with it, Pete Kapchich. Kapchich wins it back for Asseltine. They were looking to get it back for Jake Arsenault, rather. And a nice glove save there. It's loose in front. Rabishaw again. They've got the goaltender down. And Bram Leggett out of position and down. Great work in on the crease. Rabishaw with the goal. A couple offensive players down low on Brad Reel. And here's a quick look before the faceoff. Rabishaw comes in. See it worked over there to Devin Meyer. And then Rabishaw back on the crease. A couple defenders in the zone. There's no one able to corral the rebound and make it 1-0 just outside the halfway mark of the opening period. Mackenzie McQueen down the far side, switching back. A nice job, Steve Walters. But the ball does go wide into the corner. Rabishaw is there. This is going to go the length of the floor, and it's waved off by the lead official. As Mackenzie McQueen gets it all the way up, just onside. The line will float back to the red line. And stolen away by the Throwbacks, though. Bill Rhino He gets in on net, and a goaltender out of position back this way. The trailer, John Garrett, ties things up. Bram Leggett thinks they were a little too close, but 4:37 to play. We were knotted at once here, and this comes off the run. 2 goals started with quick rushes through the middle. As you can see, starts with Bill Rhino and the trailer, John Garrett, there to collect the rebound. The defender tried as best as he could, and another quick shot off the face-off comes in as Leggett had to make that save. Out of reach there, Chris Horley. This ball comes rattling around the boards, and there's a collision right in front of us. It's Rhino again. Back for Horley behind the net. Horley turns and fires, and Leggett holds his ground, makes the save, and it ends up down on the floor for Jeff Capaldi. Capaldi, Jeff Jones now. Stolen away again. This time Steve Gaskin walks in. That one turned aside by Leggett. Capaldi in the corner. Worked out once again by Horley. Just wide. Horley chases his own rebound out in front. The shot into the midsection of Doan. Rhino gets Doan out of the way. Rhino spins on the backhand. And Leggett again holds his ground. Horley back for it again. Horley. His shot was into the body. We've got some stick work going on between Rhino and Capaldi. Now Rhino will head off, so nothing more comes of it, at least not yet. And there's Jones. Over on the near wing. Racing down the near side. This is Kishimoto. He faked the shot and went past. Kishimoto hits it out of midair. Goes in on net. And right in front of us, Matt Vanderspank. Turns it back up to center. Steve Gaskin. Gaskin. His shot goes off the wall. Right back out in front. And Somersby takes over. They go in the corner. Ball right out in front of us as it comes back. Lead for Jeff Jones. He overran it, so it was returned for Somersby, and they're just going to ice the ball down, and they're calling the players that change to get back. There's no change after the icing. 2:24 is a great pace to this one. Still tied up at ones. The goal aside, both of them coming on the run. Both of them pretty close together as well in this opening period. Somersby breaking through the neutral zone after the face-off win. Eric Tardif on the forecheck, shoves his man to the floor, and he's going to go here. An interference call. And Eric Tardif. Face-off will come to the right of Leggett, and here's one more look at that play on the far side. Bit of a bump first, and then the shove afterwards is the interference call. Face-off win for the Throwbacks. Shot that didn't have a ton on it. Got out in front, but stolen away by Tim Summerfield. He sends it back down. Chad Asseltine in behind to play for it. Tyler Robichaud, the goal scorer, is there. Robichaud forecheck again, so the Throwbacks will send it to the far side. Minute 35 on their power play as they dump it into the corner. Giving chase, John Garrett. It was stolen away by Summerfield, and he sends it the length of the floor. And that'll take 40 seconds out of the power play now. Asseltine. Far side, Steve Gaskin. Back for Asseltine, his shot just wide. And they come in again. This one on Robichaud. Rabishaw's shot intercepted by Asseltine. Comes back for Gaskin. Gaskin, they work near side for John Garrett. Garrett's feed into the corner, just returned for him. Garrett again, up top, that shot from Gaskin. That one blocked. He couldn't get it through. Asseltine from outside. That one off Rabishaw. Shots kept outside as Rabishaw has that pass stolen away from John Garrett. And Rabishaw, 30 seconds to go in the power play, 30 seconds to go in the game now. In the period, rather, as that shot from outside goes wide. Asseltine will chase it down, 20 seconds. There is a 4-second gap between the game clock and the penalty clock, as Real steps out to bat that one away. Into the corner they go. Coming back up top, Zach Toogood races down the far side. Shot there from Jake Arsenault. That one got up into the fence, and the penalty expires, as does the first period. A fast pace, a lot of running, and that run in the transition leads to 2 goals, 1 per side. Game number 3 in our 5-game schedule here this afternoon on the JVI Sports Network. Ball Hockey International Summer Teaser Ball Hockey Tournament. Stay with us, 5 o'clock and 6 o'clock Eastern Time. We will have more games for you, and then be sure to stay tuned to the Ball Hockey International website, ballhockeyinternational.ca. Later on is remaining medal round games from tomorrow will be shown there as well. Here's another look at the goals from the first period, and we start on a couple of rebounds here from the side of Somersby. That one opened the scoring from Tyler Rabishaw, and much the same back the other way as we're underway in the second period. Goaltenders have switched ends, so Brad Reel takes up the cage to our right. Back on the left, Bram Leggett, as we've got a high stick, I believe, as we did see a player go down circling out from behind the net. And it'll be a Somersby's player on an illegal cross check, Jeff Capaldi. We said the battle between him and Bill Rhino wasn't finished, as they renew acquaintances in behind the net. And Jeff Capaldi's gone off here for 2 minutes. Took all of 17 seconds in the second period here. Face off to the left of Leggett. Comes all the way up to the red line. Nice job by the defender to keep it in. And here's Steve Walters. It's turned over there for Bill Rhino. He steps into a shot. Blocked there by Doan. Falling is Leggett. And we've got some shoving off to his right, and a bit more than shoving as a big left-hand swing. I believe that's Eric Tardif. In the middle, Leggett still down, and Doan, the captain, having a few words. And the conversation continues. No one in the box for the Throwbacks as of yet, but Eric Tardif is going. Here's how this all starts. An extra shove, an extra shot, another word, and then the big left from Tardif. Tardif having words now with the Throwbacks bench as he makes his way to the box. And Tardif's actually been ejected here, probably for the extra conversation as he passed in front of the Throwbacks bench. That's a conversation that continues as he took his seat. And there's been 5 minutes up on the board. There's still 2 there for Jeff Capaldi. And 1-1 remains the score. All of this comes in 38 seconds in to the second period. A 5-minute, I believe, roughing call on the board as Eric Tardif has made his way out of the arena. And there's Steve Gaskin. Doesn't look like an additional penalty as there's just 5 gone up on the board, so presumably 5 and a game. Just for that roughing call that we picked up. So an extended 5-on-3 here for the Throwbacks. They'll start with an outside shot from Mike Wazzy. And that goes off the leg of Jeff Jones. Up into the screening, so the face-off will come to the right of Bram Leggett. And here's another look at the aftermath. We were looking at a replay, and this is what happened as someone signaled out there, and the mouths start wagging. And again, nothing at least on the scoreboard that we can see as a result of that interaction, but the 5-minute major presumably for the left hook that came before that. Chad Asseltine of the Throwbacks turns it back. Asseltine calling for it. They go for Kishimoto instead. His shot off the stick of Jay Capaldi. Up into the screening, and 47 seconds remains. The penalty to Jeff Capaldi. And Doan is in the box here as well, so maybe there was an extra penalty that is stacked as there's already 2 on the board. We'll have to wait and see in 42 seconds if anything else makes its way up. Asseltine runs the floor, takes it away from his goaltender. Up for Kishimoto. Kishimoto goes for Gaskin. Gaskin walking out of the corner. Rabasha chasing that one down. Jay Capaldi's there as well. From the circle. Shot off the stick of Pete Kavcic. That one bounces off Rabasha. He's blocked a couple shots here early in this game. Inside of 8 minutes to play. 5 seconds remaining in the first penalty. As Rabasha almost had a breakaway there. First penalty to Capaldi's over, and 3:15 ticks down in the major. As Asseltine takes a hard outside shot, steered away by the stick of Leggett. Asseltine's going to chase this one down. Brendan Riddle there as well. Riddle gets it up for John Garrett. Garrett's pass intercepted. They work it up for Rabasha. Rabasha gets body position, tried to reach back. Nice save by Real. Rebound picked up by Asseltine, and he'll jog up the floor. Asseltine to the far side for Garrett. John Garrett looked to outlet Jake Arsenault, and Arsenault can't get there. So him and Tim Summerfield collide in the corner. Summerfield again. He gets it up inside the zone. They release Rabasha again. Asseltine's on him. And the spinning shot just goes wide. Terry Smith on the rebound. They go for Arsenault. Working up over center. Nice job to get around Asseltine. Real not sure where it is. The return shot just goes wide as Real was out of position. Asseltine on the ball. Getting it up for Brendan Riddle. Riddle over for Too Good. Asseltine snuck in. Couldn't get a shot away, so Real has to come out of the cage. And 1:50 away from killing off what the better part of 6 minutes and 40 seconds of power play time are Somerby's. Zach Too Good wins body position. The ball still remains on the stick of the Throwbacks. As they walk out, Chris Horley. His shot doesn't get through. Horley again with the rebound. Again, the shot doesn't through. Jay Capaldi there to block another one. From way outside, Terry Smith. That one off a body. And Bill Rhino. Mike Wazzy now. His outside shot doesn't get through. Somersby doing a great job of blocking all these shots from the outside. As all day we've been seeing a lot of those goals go in. This one bounces around Zach Toogood. Ricocheted off a body in front. And Bram Leggett had to come up big to snag that one out of the air. And here's a look at the save. Brad Reel back the other way as here comes Somersby. You can see the trailer there as well, Jeff Jones. And discussion over at the Somersby's bench. Thought there was another penalty coming, but it still just remains at 50 seconds, the penalty time. And here's Chris Horley. His shot blocked in front, this time by a Throwbacks player. Horley's going to get it again. Horley. Up top for Gaskin. Passes for Horley. Horley gets it back from the man that went behind the net. Horley takes the shot down low, Leggett. It's loose in front. And no one able to corral it. Finally, it ends up on the stick of Devin Meyer, and he sends it the length of the floor. 20 seconds to go in the power play as Steve Gaskin will head back for Throwbacks. Both teams change up here. And it's right at center floor. Mike Wazzy steals it away. He chops it in the corner where Gaskin is. Gaskin. He's working on Robichaud. Robichaud circles around the net. He tries to wrap around. Door closed. And Wazzy is there. Mike Wazzy in front of the bench. Passes for Bill Rhino. Rhino's going to go for a change. As Wazzy chips it ahead. Robichaud stole it. Got a quick shot away on Reel. And now Robichaud into the corner for Somersby's again. Somersby. All the way up top. Mackenzie McQueen didn't miss the glove side by much. As Jeff Capaldi in the corner there. Mike Wazzy feeding up for Kishimoto. Greg Kishimoto gets the step on Mackenzie McQueen, and McQueen there to steal the ball away before the shot can get through. McQueen up for Robichaud now. His shot off the backboards. And with a player bearing down, a rare whistle in this game. Rare non-penalty whistle, 3 minutes, 20 seconds. 1 goal apiece here as the face-off will come to the left of Reel. Face-off right in front of us. Jeff Jones wins it. It gets in front of Reel. That one goes up off the bar, straight down. Official says no goal. We'll have to get another look on our replay, what we saw, but the play goes back the other way. Jones again. He steals it away from the Throwbacks, and it gets to the far wing. Racing in. This one goes off the cage. A nice job by the Somersby forechecker to out-hustle Hasseltine. Sidearm shot. It's into the body there. Here's Terry Smith. Smith on the wall. Stolen by Robichaud. And again, Jay Capaldi right in front. Steve Walters. Back up front. Tim Summerfield. His shot. Robichaud on the crease again. His second rebound goal of the game. Make it 2-1 in favor of Somersby here. 2:31 to play in the second period. Both goals coming off the rush. Both rebounders. Both Tyler Robichaud. Quick restart here as the faceoff won by the Throwbacks. Hasseltine getting over to Terry Smith. Smith up for Brendan Riddle. Robichaud takes the feed out of the corner. They work to the left wing side. Racing through on the near side was Devin Meyer. They couldn't get it through to him. It was stolen away by Throwbacks. John Garrett. He's at the face-off circle. Coming back for Arsenal. Arsenal in front. They get it to John Garrett, and he slides it through the legs of Leggett. 1:57 to play now, and we're all knotted up again, this time at deuces. Just over a minute since the last goal by Somersby, and here they are for you. We'll start with Somersby. Robichaud in front again. You can see Real with the first save. And back the other way, another rebound goal. 4 of them now in this game as the backhander from John Garrett. The initial shot from Terry Smith. Back underway as Somersby controls it. Mackenzie McQueen in behind his own goal. They work the far side with Tim Summerfield. Summerfield trying to go around his 77 counterpart, Mike Wazzy. Wazzy wins that battle as he chips it up the boards. We're going to get a slashing call here as the Throwbacks player tried to go past Somersby. Steve Walters, and Walters gave him a bit of a whack. Doan remains in the penalty box. He must have taken a 10-minute misconduct on that infraction, the 5-minute major, which knocked Eric Tardif out of the game. So Steve Walters to the box. Throwbacks back to the power play. Minute 12 remains in the second period here as the minor goes up on the board. And the face-off to the left. Immediately face-off won by Somersby, and they'll send it the length of the floor. Mike Wazzy to pick it up. Swiping at that was Tim Summerfield. He did get it away from Wazzy, but right there was Bill Rhino to take over. Rhino spins and fires. That one goes off of Horley in front. Chris Horley's got to chase down as we're 45 seconds away from the end of the period. Back into the corner they go. Rhino again. Rhino shot bounces off a couple bodies. Wazzy has to come back for it. Horley corrals the bouncing ball. And it's played off the near side. Jeff Jones gets in on goal. Stolen away here. And in on net they come, and Real again has to come up big. Steve Gaskin. Gaskin, his shot goes wide. A spinning shot there by, Summerfield. And Asseltine has to go down to play for it. Asseltine, Steve Gaskin, and they asked for a shot. One won't come. 2 periods in the books. We're knotted at 2s, but it'll be a power play on the other side for the Throwbacks. Thanks. Back underway here. Face-off controlled by the Throwbacks. But it's stolen away by Robichaud as he continues his hardy play on the penalty kill. Chipped ahead by Kishimoto. End up working it back for Chad Asseltine. He's going to chip it off the wall. Pete Kavchik going to race after it now. Out of the net was Bram Leggett as he returns to his initial position to the right of us. Our apologies to Chris Van Ryan, as no number on the jersey there. We've been missing a lot of his fast breaks on this call. Kishimoto gets a shove there, and the official's arm goes up. Jeff Camaldi is going to return back to the box. Kishimoto and Capaldi will continue their discussion as Capaldi heads off here. Here's another look what happened. Kishimoto in the side and two-hand shove in the back, and he goes down. And Capaldi back to the box. He'll join Steve Doan, who remains there. 9:04 to play, 56 seconds gone. As the power play now for for the Throwbacks, who just got off the power play. Nice poke check there by Leggett. Bram Leggett sending that away. They had Matt Vanderspank wide open on the side. Real tries to send a poke check of his own, but Throwbacks are going to send it down the length of the floor, and is there the team on the power play that will go for an icing call, and will return the ball back to the right of Brad Reel. And Doan has returned to his bench, and that leaves just 11 players. 10 players now, 4 on the floor, 1 in the box, and 5 on the bench for Somersby. Outside the zone, Terry Smith takes a shot. Tim Summerfield has to chase it down. Throwbacks player may have got a stick on that is Vanderspank. Went in, that went the length of the floor before going up into the screening. And we'll have a face-off right in front of us here to the left of Bram Leggett. Into play for it, Jake Arsenault. He'll do battle with Jeff Jones, and Jones gets the better of that before it's rattled around on the boards. Asseltine steps into a shot and goes just wide. And the scrum on the far boards. Ball rattles its way to Terry Smith. Tries to dump it in. It was blocked there by Somersby, but right in front of us here, John Garrett slows it down, up for Asseltine. He steps into a shot again, this one into the midsection of Leggett. And Mackenzie McQueen, he flips it through. That's going to outlet Steve Walters. Puts the brakes on in the corner, trying to return for McQueen, who went to the net. And Asseltine's going to block him out and then chop the ball forward. Doan sends it to the left of Reel. And Asseltine will ring that around the boards. Hitting him in stride. This is Arsenault coming in. And another poke check there by Leggett, this time off the stick of Brendan Riddle. From way outside, Chris Van Ryan takes it from mid-floor. That one off the stick of one of the Throwbacks. They'll bring the, looks like it just sailed on him a little bit as the faceoff comes outside the zone. Rabashaw and Arsenault. It's Rabashaw winning it. It's Mackenzie McQueen. Rabashaw again. He tries to deke out his man and goes for Chris Van Ryan. Van Ryan can't get it in front. Here's Mike Wazzy. Wazzy in the corner playing with Tyler Rabashaw. Rabashaw comes away with it, steals again, spins a quick release. Nice save by Reel, steering it into the corner. Wazzy went after it. Chris Van Ryan gets it though. And Van Ryan trying to get it in front. Steve Gaskin knocks it down. Into the corner, Arsenault. Arsenault out in front. And now leading the rush, John Garrett. Garrett dekes out the defender who fell. And the arm up on the official again as the goaltender has fallen. And it'll be a tripping call against Doan. Doan called for a trip. And the Throwbacks back to the power play here. Not much that they've been able to do with it, as we're still knotted at twos. Quick check of the trip. And as it comes on the near side, John Garrett coming through. We saw that in the other game, stick in the feet. And here's a backhand play. Chris Horley with it. The Throwbacks controlled the face-off, and they've had the ball ever since out in front. Bill Rhino was on the doorstep and couldn't get stick on ball. As Mackenzie McQueen there to play for it. Rhino again. Rhino faked the shot, passed it to the side of the crease, where it's taken out by Zach Toogood. Toogood in front looking for Rhino. Rhino can't get the shot away. And it's dumped all the way down the floor by Tim Summerfield. 5:36 to go. There's 1:10 in the power play. As they come across the line, Zach Toogood. There's the shot, leg it out of position again. That's how all the goals have been scored in this game, is McQueen dumps it the length of the floor. Real will shovel it off here for the defender, Steve Gaskin. Gaskin for Rhino. And again it gets in the middle, and again it's dumped down the floor. This time Jeff Jones, 40 seconds in the power play. Miscommunication, there's Rhino. Jeff Capaldi. He shovels the pass, so shot all the way down. Real will leave it there for rifling it down the floor. And Summerfield is going to lift it the length again. Jeff Capaldi, rather. Tried to get that one through. Here's Horley, the shot. Rhino, rather. As Kishimoto falls on the far side. This one out of the reach of Asseltine, and the penalty will expire. Doan returns to the floor, and the Throwbacks bring it slowly up. Just outside 4 minutes to go. Here's Kishimoto. Kishimoto goes cross crease looking for Vanderspank, and no one there. Jay Capaldi, pardon me, tried to spring Chris Van Ryan, and Van Ryan stoned there by Real. Kishimoto beats out Rabasha, and Vanderspank loses that. Comes on the near boards. Van Ryan again. Chris Van Ryan, he's doing battle with Pete Kapchik. Kapchik will throw it in on net. Vanderspank is there. And Vanderspank up for Asseltine. He gets a shot in, and it's going to go off the stick. Looked like Kishimoto. We'll see where they take the face off. And it will come outside. So they do rule that Greg Kishimoto got stick on that shot from Chad Asseltine. 3:34 left to go in the period. Still tied up at 2. As the outside shot right on net. Stick save there by the goaltender. Terry Smith was that shooting attempt. Comes Chris Van Ryan through the middle. He barrels down on Asseltine again. Rabasha with the rebound. It goes for Jeff Capaldi. He's going to pull out. Up for Doan. Over Mackenzie McQueen. Capaldi again. Capaldi for Van Ryan in the corner. Cutting through is Jay Capaldi. Ahead of his reach. It goes into the corner though. He'll play it back behind the net for Van Ryan. 3 minutes to play. As Capaldi walks out in front. Asseltine rings it around the base of the boards. And Mackenzie McQueen. And Jay Capaldi again in the corner for Rabasha. Nice job back checking there by Matt Vanderspank as he falls. Chris Van Ryan in front. They got Rabasha. Leg it's down. Thinks it's underneath him, but it's plays still live. Jay Capaldi as that one goes wide. Greg Kishimoto will relieve the pressure, sending it down in on Steve Doan. Doan dumps it into the corner, tipped ahead here by John Garrett. Garrett. They've got Arsenault cutting through. Arsenault catches up to it in the corner. He's got McQueen on him. And Garrett is going to dump it down. Gaskin. Sidestepping his way through. Gaskin to the far side. Brendan Riddle. Riddle's going to dump it up for Gaskin. Gaskin's got Jeff Jones on him. Gaskin puts the brakes on again right at the half boards. In behind the net for Garrett. Garrett, they've got Arsenault in front. Arsenault tips it a little bit. Now a couple shots at the rebound. Leggett saw that one all the way. Made 3 or 4 pad saves as he continued to crouch over to his right. All the way up top now. Steve Gaskin, his shot off the backboards. Hustling over Steve Doan. He's going to chip it up for Steve Walters. Walters has Jake Arsenault on him. Arsenault and Walters. Walters up top for Summerfield. His shot goes off his stick. Ends up in the corner for Jones. Tipped out of the reach of McQueen. Mackenzie McQueen drives in there. John Garrett. Brendan Riddle is there as well. Looks like McQueen's going to come away with it. Mackenzie McQueen puts the brakes on and flips it over to the defender. Back for Tim Summerfield. Jeff Jones. His shot goes just wide. We're in the final 35 seconds of regulation time. Still knotted at 2. This game, because we're in round robin, will end in a tie, giving each team 1 point. Should we still remain at the score we're at. Over to the far side, Steve Walters. Pinching up to chip that one, Chad Asseltine. There's a shot, Chris Ryan. It gets on net. Robichaud still hanging out there. Ball behind the net. Comes up for John Garrett. Garrett on the high side. Mackenzie McQueen takes the shot. That's off a stick in front. 5 seconds remain. Robichaud in front. And that one's going to roll wide. Tim Summerfield takes another rifle. And the siren goes to put an end to a quick game. And all eyes look to the officials to see if we've got overtime. What I believe that'll go is a tie for both of these teams. And we had a ton of action, which we will take a look at before we say goodbye and set up for the next game. Here it is, all kinds of chances, and the man that scored goals for Somersby, Tyler Robichaud, was right there. Extreme chaos against Superbad. That game coming your way, 5 o'clock Eastern time here. This is Ball Hockey International's Summer Teaser Tournament on the JVI Sports Network.